Hello, my friends. How you doing? This is Coffee Chug, and so here we are. Here is something I've been working on quite a bit with the amazing people that I work with at my AEA. And with our amazing graphic designer, we have put together this Google slide deck. And so I wanted to take some time to explain it, give you an opportunity to come join us and collectively crowdsource amazing idea from so many outstanding educators and librarians and media center specialists and STEM coordinators and whatever your title is to come together as opposed to doing what we always do in education where we feel like we have to do it all. Let's work together and everyone benefits. So, what we have here is this: we have put together a Makerspace station slide deck. And so, in your library or in your classroom or wherever your setup is, there's an opportunity for us to have stations that we're going to allow kids to learn and explore through hands on play, purposeful play, engineering, inquiry, all that good stuff. And so we've built and designed this station template here for you to print off, keep on a computer up so kids can peruse in case there's video and links, however you want to structure it. This is just a template to get us going and to have some common cohesiveness among all the stations. And so, what we're asking is for you to contribute at least one Makerspace station idea. And in return, we will give you then access to all the other station ideas that everyone else contributes. So there's no cost, there's no strings attached except for in order to get access, we ask that you contribute. And this is really designed to build confidence in you. So many educators that I work with just don't think their work is good enough. And it is, and it's outstanding, and we need to learn how to share it and embrace our ideas. So this first slide here is the challenge. This is where you're going to add the challenge itself for the station that the kids are going to attempt to do. You can type this up, you can have a graphic, you could insert a video. The choice is yours. Just remember that if you put a video or anything in there, make sure the settings are the public so anyone can access. This is that slide. Here then is the activity. So once you pose the challenge, if you want to further clarify the activity that they need to do, this might be the place where maybe you show an example, a teacher prototype or something along those lines so they can kind of see. Maybe you don't even want to use this slide, and you don't have to. Our third slide is a place for us to add the standards. And I don't want to get so caught up in standards, but it is important because they are the framework to ensure that kids are learning. And so whether you're using the ISTE standards and any of those frameworks, computer science, the engineering standards from NGSS, math, history, ELA, you name it, weave them in there. This is important because people are going to want to know why Makerspace, why hands-on learning, why inquiry is important, and how does it fit into the school day. And so if we can document the standards being addressed, this really solves a lot of those issues. We then added a slide here for the tools of the trade. So here's where you're going to list the actual tools, if any, that are going to be needed. So maybe there needs to be a drill, or there needs to be some make-do saws, or there needs to be some box cutters or scissors. So the actual tools you will list here, either visually or just in a bulleted list, whatever it is. This is going to help the educator learn what they need to put together, and it's also going to help students realize the kind of tools. This might be a good point that if we don't know how to use the tools, maybe we need to do some training or extra learning around those. Then for materials, these are the consumables. These are the things that kids are going to need in order to construct. So think duct tape, hot glue, cardboard, cardstock, feathers, pipe cleaner, the things that they're going to actually need to build. This also might be a kit, so maybe it's the Dash and Dots, or maybe it's Lego EV3, or whatever it is. And maybe some of that we could debate, maybe that's a tool. We're going to let you decide. We're not going to get super picky on this, but we want these two slides to be able to help the students and the teachers realize what needs to be available in the station. And then the kit, this would be a good part here, just to kind of explain the overall thing. And so this might be where you lay everything out, a visual of the materials and the tools and anything else needed, so we can see like how to set it up, maybe how to prep it, things like that. This is, I think, a really important slide for us to come together and show like how do we create our stations. And I think to see ideas of other people's stations could really empower the learning spaces in itself. Now here becomes the instruction. Now remember, we don't want a step-by-step guide because there's no inquiry or engineering throughout, but we need to have some structure. We just can't have it be wide open. There might be some projects that allow for that. So this is going to allow you to add any sort of instructions that are needed to make sure that the station can operate, somewhat independently. As an educator or a librarian, a media specialist, we can't be in all places at once. So this is a good place for us to have links to videos, have typed up instructions, maybe link to a PDF, whatever it is that you have to help students be able to figure things out on their own. Then this slide allows us to add further thoughts. So if kids get really into this station idea, what else could they do? What else could they explore? Or maybe they're not quite sure where to get started. Maybe we help them with some voice and choice. So this just gives us an opportunity to kind of network and share some additional ideas for those interested or maybe those that just need some help. A place right here for resources. So maybe there's other YouTube video tutorials, maybe there's other visuals or things that we need to be aware of. You can link them on those slides. Station tips. This is for teachers and students. So if there's something that's important that we think we need to be aware of to be more successful, you'd list that there. And this last slide won't be published for the kit itself, but this is good for teachers. So if you've done this project, what are something that other teachers need to be aware of as they're thinking about setting up this station? Now, with any of these slides, you can always duplicate and add more and take things out and make it workable for you. And so maybe you have a couple of these instructions, or maybe there's several of these material slides. This is just a starting point. We're trying to build a framework that we could all work in together. And so how it works is you'll fill all this stuff in. You will share it with me. All the links will be in the blog post that you're accessing this. And then once you do, we'll give you access to the folder. And over time, we're going to have this nice, robust list. So you can constantly, every 4, 6, 8 weeks, swap out a station idea with a new one. And then we can collectively come together and maybe in the future I have this vision for show and tell and things like that. I think we could do some really cool things. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll join this group here. We're asking that you share one idea. In return, you get access to many ideas, and we all walk out winners. And collectively, we can build this awesome resource together of things to increase engagement, engineering, and inquiry within our makerspaces, our STEM centers, and anywhere else we have access to do these types of activities. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward for you reaching out saying you want access to this so we can start working together to do better. Take care.